Script to Screen, and we are talking with Aneesh Daniel. Aneesh, it's been a pleasure talking with you. The first episode takeaway was make sure you understand your audience
Yes.
when you develop a script. In the second episode, you talk about make your villain big,
Yeah.
not to win. Make your villain big to make him lose.
Make him lose, yes.
I like
Right.
I like this whole concept.
Yeah.
Make your villain big. It's nice to make the villain strong and
Yeah.
powerful. Only then audience also will want to watch.
Yeah.
If you make your villain weak, then your script becomes flat.
Yes, very true.
I
Very
understand.
true, very true.
The third takeaway. This episode is the third one in our series. What would be the third point in this whole aspect of script to a screen?
So now you have developed your script
Yeah.
and you really need to work hard and study the grammar of script writing,
Right.
which is very essential. Now comes a team.
Team.
And that is the team which will be helping you to take it to another level.
Okay.
You cannot take it to another level without a good team.
Mm.
So having a good team is so essential, and not only that, it is also essential to be having empathy for the team.
Okay.
You cannot make team run 9 to 6 morning till 10, that way. You need to have an empathy with the team.
Yeah.
Because for a team to perform good, you need to empathize with it. So that means in one line, I should say that you don't need to be a boss, but you need to be a leader.
Yeah. I think just speaking on that, Anish, I was speaking to a great man of God, a Bible teacher, 60 years of teaching experience. You know what he said? He said, Ashwin, more than the work, the worker is important. Many people say, get the job done.
Yes.
But he said, more than the work, the right understanding of the whole aspect of the whole team is more than the work, the worker is important.
Very
I mean,
true.
so you're coming to that same angle.
Yes.
Yeah, go on, please go on. Yeah.
And in that, if you need to pick up a team, I will say that pick up leaders. So in one way, I'm sharing this, one sentence I'm sharing this, that there are two kind of people. One who sees a problem and wait for someone else to come and solve it are good followers.
Followers.
The rest of them are leaders who solve it. So when you pick up a team, see that team member has the ability to lead in future. Please don't get this feeling that, oh, he will be a leader, then he will overtake me. No, you need to develop a leader or you need to pick up a leader. So when you pick up a leader, that person will be independently handling it. There was one very rightly asked this question to Mr. J.R.D. Tata, Mr. Ratan Tata's, father, that how do you manage such a big Tata empire? And he said, I do three things. Independence to a person who is working. Second, he says, I pay them rightly. And third, I do is sit and relax. So, very interesting. So, you need to pick up the right people. If you don't pick up the right people, you will keep following with them and then you will lose your focus in what you wanted to do. Especially in filmmaking, you need to have not workers, but you need to have leaders with you, who will individually working on it. And that is in day-to-day life, that way. So you need to first become a leader also to pick up a leader. That way.
Become a leader to pick up.
Pick a leader.
Yeah. In your career as a movie director, you're talking about script to a screen. And we're talking about the social media culture and this. In your process of this whole filmmaking, how important is, the team is important, but how important is also the team culture, the nature of a person? Because I see many talented people, but something is blocking their talent. Talent alone, is it key?
Yes.
Or with talent, what is the other element which is needed from a director's perspective?
So I think every talented person needs to be a hustler, in the sense they need to work hard to bring out their talent, and they need to work in such a way that their talent gets sharpened.
Okay.
If you have a talent and if you are sitting with it and if you are not doing it, then that means you are losing your talent. For an example, you are a good musician, and if you're not practicing in the morning, then you're missing out of it. If you are a preacher and if you are not practicing and you say, I'll just go and preach and people listen, no, you will lose your talent. If a good orator, you need to practice. Even though if you are a good orator, you need to practice it. This is one very interesting thing our great friend Krish Dhanam mentioned, and he's a great orator, Mr. Krish Dhanam.
Yeah. He also acted in the movie.
Yeah, he also acted in the movie. Yeah, that
he was another character.
Yes, yes. And because of him, he introduced me to Mr. Victor Abraham.
Yes, a great
So I
man,
really
nice friend, a nice
nice,
person.
yeah,
I recently spoke to him. A
yeah,
great person.
yes.
Yeah.
So what Mr. Krish Danam he does, he's such a big influencer. He's such a great orator. But he gets up at 4 a.m. and he practices. Even though he's such a great orator. Even though he's such a great orator, he gets up at 4 a.m. and he practices. And that is where you need to sharpen your talent. And if you are talented and if you are not using your talent, I'm telling you, you will lose great opportunities in life. And when people come to me and then they come and say, sir, it's not working, it's not happening, this cannot happen. I said, how cannot this not happen? We have gone to the moon. What is there which is stopping you? You know, which you can say this is not happening. You can and you have to see that this happens, And there is this very interesting quote of mine is I keep saying that to dive in deep and get the pearls without the knowledge of swimming.
Oh.
So I'll share it this way. You should have a talent that you should dive in deep and get the pearls without the knowledge of swimming. How will you do it? Use your brain. That's something good God has given. So you need to work hard to see that how can you get the pearls even though if you are not knowing swimming. And you should never come back and say to yourself, oh, this cannot be happening. This cannot happen. You can go back and say, how can I see that this will happen? Just one quick example and I'll take away from this. Somebody was discussing and they said, oh, this is this problem, this is the problem, this is the problem, we cannot shoot this. I said, don't discuss problem, discuss solution. So the takeaway is to know how you can do that, discuss solution. The moment you do a discuss solution, you will find a solution.
So don't talk about the problem, find a solution. In fact, I even like what you said, are you a problem solver or are you a follower or are you a leader? So a leader always will find a solution, Followers will wait for the leader.
Someone else to come and solve the problem.
So, and also, I like the whole aspect. But again, for me, when somebody asks me, we've been in television line for so many years with the TV stations and all. What is creativity? Somebody, asked me, and I define creativity in one line. Creativity is anyone who finds a solution to a problem.
Very true. Very true. Very true.
Many people think creativity is some huge, you don't need to be, Einstein to be creative. If you are able to find a solution to a problem, you are a creative person.
Yes.
What do you think, Aneesh?
Very true. Very true. So you need to discuss solution.
Yeah.
You need to discuss. See, problem you will obviously discuss when you are discussing a solution because then you're discussing a solution. Then, oh, this is the problem. So we are discussing a solution for it. But you need to more emphasize on discussing the solution.
Right.
And you need to stay with people and you need to employ people and you need to work with people who discuss solutions.
Correct. Anish, it's been really great talking to you. We're going to have one more episode, and the coming episode, we're going to dive into script to screen is fine, but then from a script, there is so much process, screenplay. You talk about characters, you talk about managing people. Finally, you talk about the screen. Because coming to the screen stage, there's a lot of process involved. And today we live in a social media world. Everything is instantaneous. People come there. It's live as it's live. It's happening. People want to learn it quick, short. But then you and I have come from an era where we have learned it the hard way. So it's important we tell people, you don't have to go through the pain we went through, but then don't miss the foundation.
Yes.
That's the point we're jumping into. And the next episode, we'll dive a little bit more deeper on the script to the screen. Friends, we are talking with Aneesh Daniel, a film director. More than that, we're talking about basic aspects of how you can be an effective communicator and you can be an effective influencer. Don't miss the last part of this series.